lightning-stricken cactus and it starts to rain. The smell of steamed asphalt, scented Novocaine. Nature's brew of all kinds of things. The mountain-sunk hills, sky-color schemes. Makes you forget about all types of things. You remind me of the Arizona thunder. Satisfy the times and make you wonder about the bigger picture in your life. The simple times in the Arizona thunder. The Arizona thunder tonight. Endless roads to the horizon. Past the oasis, it's all behind you. Mirage of agua, the stars above you. The creature's days to nocturnal days. Makes you forget about all types of things. You remind me of the Arizona thunder. Satisfy the times and make you wonder about the bigger picture in your life. The simple times in the Arizona thunder. The Arizona thunder tonight. There, guys. My favorite type of NC is latency. Haze.
So friggin' delicious. Oh my god. This is so typical me. Literally have 48 hours left on the West Coast, and here I am filming a life update. I truly apologize, but I also don't at the same time, because I feel like if I try to vlog and Instagram and everything in such like a drastic change in my life, I don't know if I would have been so aware and so in the present. My 2021 New Year's resolution was to be more present and try to have like a work-life balance. Another resolution was to make just memories, you know, because I felt like I would think of things and I would remember it in terms of shooting content, but not just living in the moment. So 48 hours left and currently in San Diego, and yeah, here's the life update. Holy shit. There's no clickbait. I am in a relationship, and as the car goes by, maybe you heard that. Do I need to clarify? I am in a relationship, and I'm very happy, but I'm also very hesitant to say that because it's something that I've been experiencing. I've been in the relationship now for several months, and it's something that I think I still want to keep very private, so I'm not going to be answering many questions on that topic, but the reason why I came out here, he was out here, he is originally from the East Coast, but he was out here, and I just kind of figured, you know what, why not go out there, just experience something totally different. I hate winter on the not on the West Coast, well, actually on the East Coast, but why not just do something different? And it has been a whole experience for me. I have realized so many things. I have reflected, and I have learned to really appreciate so much back at home. I don't know if anyone has been with me on Instagram for a while. I'm sure you know that like the West Coast has always been something that I've thought about, like, oh, maybe one day I'll move to the West Coast, or maybe Nashville or Texas or wherever. And so I was really excited to come out here to kind of just see what it's like. And a bonus, he's here, and I have a couple friends like along the coast, which has been really nice, and a lot of personal, you know, alone time as well. That I think is the biggest life update. So basically just like the overview of my time here. I got on the plane, I went to San Francisco. I was in San Francisco for 2 months all of February and all of March. Did some traveling like within that, down to Big Sur, which was amazing, and Carmel. Then I went down to LA and I spent some time in LA, which was great, but I also realized I don't necessarily see myself in LA. I don't know, it's just like everything is super far out and like displaced, and if you go somewhere, like you go to a coffee shop here, but like there's nothing really around it, and then you have to like drive everywhere. It's really not my vibe. I found basically that I really like beach towns or towns that are close knit, like Santa Barbara. Everything was kind of like in the same vicinity. It felt very like community-esque. Anyways, I was happy to leave LA, and then everyone for the past several years, every time I mention San Diego, it's been like, you are going to love San Diego, and I do love San Diego. Unfortunately, we got here May 1st, and I had zero idea that there was May gray and June gloom. The first 2.5, 3 weeks, it was like gray. Usually around like 12 or 1 p.m. the sun starts coming out and like it starts breaking up the clouds and it gets blue, and it's beautiful when it's like beautiful weather, and even the gray is really nice, but like trying to escape the cold and the gray and the rain and everything on the East Coast, I'm like, really? This is just like everything I don't want. Anyways, San Diego has been absolutely amazing. We are in Encinitas specifically, and it is just so nice. It is very quaint. It's like walkable. You have the beach 2 blocks away. You have the like not even downtown, just like the strip where everything is. Walking distance, you could walk, it's like 15 minutes, and it's such a nice walk, or you can drive, which is like 2 minutes. My morning walks here have been beautiful. Like people are skateboarding and bike riding and walking, and people, it's just so nice and so laid back. I don't know, I just really do like it. One thing I've realized though, being so far away from family, is that I don't know if I want to spend my entire years away from family. So living wise, I don't know if I would commit moving to California full time, but I definitely see myself living elsewhere between the months of January to like January to May. But yeah, that's the big overview. So I'm in a relationship. I've been on the West Coast with him for the majority of the time, and yeah. Okay, let's do some Q&As. Was this trip planned, and did I save up for it? It wasn't really planned too much. Literally, my boyfriend was like, I mean, do you want to come out to the West Coast? And I was like, okay. So it wasn't really planned. And did I save up for it? That one's kind of hard to answer, just because I think naturally I've been living at home for the past 3 years and saving, so I didn't specifically plan to save for this trip, but I just think I've been saving over the past several years, and I haven't really done anything this crazy or this big of a move or a change. So for me, it was something that I could do. What's my favorite city in California? I would say Carmel was probably one of the most beautiful, picturesque towns, but to actually live in, I really do like San Diego. I really am loving Encinitas specifically. La Jolla is beautiful. I haven't really gone to like Pacific Beach or Ocean Beach or North Park, but I really love this area that I'm in right now. Encinitas, Carlsbad, Leucadia. So I would highly recommend visiting that. This is one question that I got quite often, and it was, how do you meet new people? You're really inspiring me to go out and make a change. I would honestly say use your social platform, no matter what your following count is. Put it out there that you're going to a new city, whatever city that is, and ask your audience, you know, do you have anyone out there that you can message me and get me in contact with? That's just like one of the most simple, easy ways, and also a way that you feel comfortable meeting those people, because it's a friend of a friend, or you know, maybe it's someone's cousin, or maybe it's someone's cousin's friend, or however it might be. So I feel like a lot of people don't really think to use their audience because they might have a smaller audience. That's that's such a good audience in Facebook too, to reach out to put out there. And you know, if it's one person, that one person brings you out with their friends, and then you become friends, and then you meet other people. Like, that's just such a good, I feel comfortable, safe, one of the safer ways to meet new people. Did the change of scenery help? Missing the fam, but also just missing adventure. Yeah, yeah, I feel like the changes, I was super like, get me out of here, which I think was so necessary for me to leave, because it was just not, I was not appreciating anything, and I sound awful saying that, but I was really at home, and I was just so, I want to say mad. I was just mad, like, all the time. Like, nothing that my parents could say or do was ever, you know, something, like, I was just like, oh, I need to go. And so I feel like I've gotten all those jitters out, and I also think that I now, like, hey, let's not be mean. Like, they're literally just trying to love me and see me and talk to me, and I think that it was me being so frustrated with like being in one room the entire time, which I think everyone was going through so many different things in COVID. Are you renting the place you're living in now? Is it another friend? So when I came to San Francisco, I was living with my boyfriend, and he had a lease. Then I've been staying in Airbnbs, so nothing was long-term rental. Airbnbs are a bit expensive, so I think maybe next time finding a long-term rental could be worth it. But yeah, it wasn't something that I really planned out too far in advance. So if I moved to California, which city would I most likely live in? I would definitely say San Diego. I would revisit different towns out here and see, you know, which one works out best, but it's quite expensive. And yeah, I don't know, it is far, and the time zone has been pretty hard. Do I like California as much as I thought I would? Yes and no. I think this coast is absolutely beautiful. There's no question about that. There's so like the landscape of it all. You have the ocean, you have the cliffs, you have the beach, you have the mountains, you have the desert. Like, it is stunning. It's different though in terms of people and culture and motion, and like, it's just different. I do like it, but I think I would struggle with living here day in and day out. Like, years I'm talking about. So I don't know. I definitely like my East Coast. Like, that is 100% sure. And like, that's something that I didn't know that I loved so much, or that I took for granted, because I hadn't really put myself elsewhere for a good amount of time. How much longer will you be on the West Coast? Well, I'll be back in 2 days. How am I feeling about Instagram? That has been like one of my biggest struggles being out here. Like I said in the beginning, 2021, I really wanted to focus on work-life balance. I was in a relationship, so I hadn't shared any of that with you guys, but that was something that I really wanted, because I felt like 2019, 2020, I was just like work, and like everything that I did had an ulterior motive for work. Like, oh, let's go get lunch because I want to shoot content there and I want to document everything about it, and it's like I black out during these things, you know what I mean? Or like with my friends, oh, let's go to the beach because I want content, because I want a story, So Instagram has been a bit of a challenge, because I've implemented the work-life balance, because I'm now in this relationship that I'm trying to be more present in. It's been just a bit difficult, and honestly sometimes I'm like, I just want to enjoy it. But yeah, getting content, I don't have my mom to like pull and grab. That's been hard. My boyfriend has been super helpful and supportive, but he also works, so it's been hard to kind of find that line and that balance to not just like pull him at every single, you know, every minute that I want, and also out of respect to not go out on these dates or these like weekend adventures and just Instagram everything. So it's been difficult for me, honestly, to adjust to that, and it's something that I'm still trying to figure out, and we're trying to figure out of how to like necessarily go about it. I don't want my life to just, you know, fly right before me and have it all documented here, but have nothing documented in my brain. So yeah, Instagram has been incredible and also difficult, I feel like is the way to answer that. What will I do next? The rest of my summer, I'll be going home for about 2 weeks, and then I will be spending the summer in Florida with my family, which I'm so excited about. I'm just so excited to be in Florida. I'm so excited to be with them. I'm so excited to get back to some normal content. Like, I feel like that's been another thing, is that my family has been such a huge part of my content, and I didn't really realize that. I think I had always known that, but I didn't realize just how much of me they were on social media, and I think they definitely miss it. My dad is like, you know, planning all these things that we can do in Florida for social media, so I'm just super excited to get back to them. Who takes your pics? Honestly, my boyfriend has taken a bunch of them. My tripod has taken a bunch of them, and throughout I've met up with some friends that have taken some. For anyone coming out to California, a couple questions asking San Francisco or LA, NorCal or SoCal. In terms of San Francisco and San Diego, I would say San Diego, just because I've realized that I am such a sun person and warm weather person, so that's just my personal opinion. But San Francisco is amazing, a lot of diversity, a lot of amazing food, a lot of diversity in the landscape. You have the hills, it was just really so beautiful, and I really did fall in love with it. But I was very happy to leave because it was just it was just a consistent cold, and I always thought that I would enjoy myself in fall weather. I'm like, you know, when fall hits New Jersey, I'm like, oh my god, I just wish it was a fall every single day of the year. And then when you actually get that, you're like, when is it just gonna hit that 70, you know? Is cost of living in California still worth it? Honestly, I don't know. The one thing I love about, and this was another question, what do you love about the West Coast compared to the East Coast? The thing that I love about the West Coast, hands down, is the fact that you have a quality of life all year round. Yes, it's been May gray, but like you can still get out and you can walk, and in January, February, March, especially the really cold months on the East Coast, on the West Coast, you're able to go out for hikes and ride bikes and walk and sit outside and eat, and you just like can't really do that. You can't really do that. And then like here you have so many different landscapes. If you want to go to the desert, if you want to go to the mountains, if you want to go skiing, if you want to go surfing, like you have so many options for activities to keep yourself outside and busy and moving and active. And it's just, that is like hands down what I have loved about being on the West Coast. I think I would suggest like finding the best place that you really see yourself taking most advantage of, because if you can find somewhere that you love living and you can do so many things, and yes, but it is expensive out here. Okay, that I think is it. I'm literally sweating right now. I'm so excited to share that big news, which I think will like connect the dots. And California, you have been absolutely amazing. If anyone is out there watching this and feeling like you're in a rut, feeling like you're agitated and frustrated and you just need change, probably you do. We have had such a hard 2020 and 2021 even, and it's totally okay to not feel okay, and it's totally okay to want change and want to, like, you know, just go off and do something totally different. I'm with you. I know that feeling. Don't be scared of change. You're definitely gonna have, you know, like feel like, oh man, what am I doing? And some days are great days where you're not missing anyone, and some days are hard days where all you want to do is go back. Your comfort zone is always there, and chances are you'll realize things, you'll appreciate things, you'll reflect, you'll grow, you'll learn new things, you'll have different perspectives and outlooks, and just gain. It's almost like you gain just like, you know, extra qualities and characteristics that just keep developing like who you are as a person. So yeah, basically just go for it. That is just like the thing that I want to tell you. Coming from someone who loves their comfort zone, appreciate it, love it, soak in it, enjoy it, but also push yourself to experience different things. So I hope that this video could be, or this life update could be, a little bit of a push for you if you're looking to go somewhere, or you have that itch to do something. And it doesn't have to be for months. It could be, you know, even a week, like just, you know, I don't know, or even in your own area, wherever you are, try to figure out how to push yourself, because we only have one life. We only have one life. So that is it. Enjoy it, be present, and that's it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next vlog.